Good day to everybody out there to see thy wealth, water your health, drink a glass of water, also water your garden. We are creating a garden space back here that I told you guys I wanted to create, and this is where we have started, right here. This is the highest part back here. This section here, as well as this section over here. This over here is really going to be utilized for the garden as well, because this is the highest section. But I'm going to take you back here a little bit. Also, if you guys have any garden ideas that you can give me, the ones that have gardens or the ones that have garden for someone else and have some skills. I don't want to, if you have any comments or have any tips that you like to give to me, let me know, please. I like to get all types of information and go research. But anyhow, we got this section open up. This was all used. This was all done by hand. No power tools, no gas, none of that. So we want to open all this up, and then we'll plant our garden within this. And on this side, we've started to open up as well, as you can see. So over here, this is all going to be the garden too. We're going to clear all of this back here. This is all going to be cleared just as well like this. And we're going to start planting our garden, everything, pretty much everything that we eat, we're going to plant over here in this garden. Yes, we're going to have a garden over by the house. I've been doing other things, so I've been neglecting that one. The okra was the only thing that survived out of everything that I planted. The cucumber didn't do so well. I don't know if it got too much sun or what. Or honestly, I don't think I watered it enough. Time was in other spaces and doing other things. It is what it is. We fall down, we get back up, right? But anyhow, this is how we're going to get back up. We're going to get back up on a bigger piece with a little bit more, with some help, just to get started. And then once we get started, we can maintain and do our maintenance from there. But we're going to start with this over here. We're going to plant some fruit trees back here too. And that's how I think we're going to design a lot of our gardens around the fruit trees, so the fruit trees can provide the natural shade as opposed to a greenhouse, and just do what I've been learning online. I've been seeing a lot of things on YouTube University when it comes to this permaculture design and utilizing everything that you have within reach when it comes to the canopy, the support trees, the underbrush, everything else. So I want to implement what I've been learning there and put it all back here, all around really. But with the garden, I'm gonna start that, since it's a lot less trees over here than it is up in the forest that you guys may have seen on the other videos. And like I said, if you guys have any tips that you can help me with and please let me know. It's going to be a pretty big area back here. I'm going to say it's going to be at least 3/4 of an acre to an acre that I'm going to probably garden. 3/4 of an acre to an acre that has to be used for gardening. Has to be. You know, I love to make juices. I love fresh salads. I love fresh papaya. You know, that'll be back here too. They said to use those every 8 feet for that natural shade, and it'll be providing fruit as well. So, and papaya, you know, you can get those fruits in about 6 months to a year. So it's just going to be a lot of learning and techniques that I'm going to be picking up on in these next 3 to 6 months. And we're going to turn it up. This next 30 to 60 days, we're going to turn it up. And in 3 to 6 months, you're going to see a lot of growth, because it usually takes 60, 90 days to 120 days for you to get your fresh first harvest when it comes to the vegetables or fruit, depending on whatever you make, depending on whatever you're growing. So in about 60 days, in the next 30 to 60 days, we're turning it up a notch, just so we can get that production in the 90 to 120 days from now. Because we got to get that food going. We have to get it going. It's been too long. I've been focusing on other things. The fruit trees that are here already, I wanted to get those up and clean and manicured, and so they can start producing, especially the coconuts. Those are my favorite. I wanted to get those going. And now that I got those going, I want to get the garden going. And once the garden is done, then we'll get back to the structure of the property when it comes to planting more fruit trees, pruning current fruit trees, knocking down and felling the trees so we could plant new fruit trees and get rid of some of the shade. Although we don't really need we can start back here when it comes to a lot of the fruit tree production, because I'd rather save all the trees in the front for as long as possible. I'd rather not get rid of the trees. I love the trees. I love the look. I love the privacy. It's something magnificent about it, a lot of energy. I never would have thought, but I'm here. And I never would have thought that I'd be one to try to save a tree. I never really cared about a tree. 10, 15 years ago, I didn't care. Now it's like, I want to keep all the trees I can and grow more. So things are changing, I'm evolving. Some of my ideas of what we're doing and then showing you some of the progress. Yeah, I showed you some of the clearing up there, but now we're showing you some of the clearing back here. And we're going to keep showing you every day when we do some clearing. I'm going to show you some more clearing later on, you know what I'm saying? And I might not shorten this video like this. I might bring you back for another video later on. Or I might just leave it like this one, throw it out, come back, do another one, and throw that one out too. We can do what we want, right? Anyhow, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Maybe I can go for a couple more minutes. I don't know. See, the fruit trees, I think they could take more rainwater than the vegetables. So we're gonna knock down more underbrush back there. Of course, we're gonna keep our 20-foot cushion. Within our 20-foot cushion, we're done. And then after that, everything is coming down. We're gonna plant more fruit trees from here all the way to the 20 feet, the borderline on our south coast, our southern border. And just kind of utilize every square foot that we can here, man. It's just, that's what it's about. And eventually I'd like to get into producing some chickens to lay eggs, because that's a really big thing. I don't have any like source of revenue. A couple sources of revenue, but we want to expand and do what we do. I don't really need much money here, but if I can, I'm a hustler, I'm an entrepreneur, and if I can make some extra money, that's what it is. I'm gonna do that just to put money back into the economy, pay for some of the workers, pay for myself, of course. You know, so we definitely want to capitalize on that somehow, some way. And I feel like I will find that eventually, organically. Not something I'm looking for, but organically. I think the chickens will be something that I start small with, you know, maybe enough to, you know, 40 to 50 birds, I don't know. And then we'll take it from there, you know, because I don't really want to, you got to think about a lot when it comes to the chickens, even the smell, even getting certain certifications and authorizations from people to even sell those damn eggs, I believe. I don't know. This is my first time getting into something like this, but I believe the eggs, a lot of people love eggs. Not me. I don't eat any animal products. Maybe some honey. I'm sorry. Maybe. But I don't do animal products. So I'm not one that you call a vegan. I like to use the term for hashtag purposes and, you know, but I don't really care to, I've been wearing leather, never stopped wearing it, you know, but beyond that, I'm not a vegan in that sense. I like to consider myself someone that just eats vegetation, vegetables, vegetarian in the historical sense, reference. But no, this is what we have here. I appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. Y'all been coming in and checking out the videos. The channel been going up, the channel been going down, the channel been staying where it is. The channel's just been evolving. And I appreciate y'all for lingering around and putting up with me and just tapping in. At least sometimes I try to give value. Sometimes I come on here and you get what you get. But it is what it is, man. Listen, do something today. Plant you a garden, plant you a plant, plant you a fruit tree, plant you something. And today's topic is going to be about the massive layoffs that are occurring and why you need to get out. Why you need to go off grid, or why you should think about going off grid. Now, I was watching a video today, a guy was talking about having side hustles and wow, every man should have a side hustle and this and that and da. Well, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Me personally, I think that if you don't have any bills, you don't have any expenses, what's the point in or needing of a side hustle? If you could look back, you can see I have two tiny houses, two tiny cabins right behind me. One of them has solar, one of them has well water connected to it. Both of them have no mortgages. And there's a major fruit forest here. Over 50 plus mangoes, 15 to 20 plus coconut waters, sensu, senkoya. And as you can see here, I'm making space for a lush garden. This whole area right here is I'm creating a space for a major garden. That side, including this side, right here. So looking at this guy's video, I'm like, what do I need a side hustle for? This is the main hustle right here. I got my food right here. I don't have no expenses. You know what I'm saying? I got free water. I have free electricity, no mortgage. What is the point of me having a side hustle? This is the main hustle. I could create money from the fruit that I produce, vegetables that I produce, so on and so forth. And if there's a lot of job losses, as you can see on the news, why wouldn't you prepare yourself for the inevitable, which is you may lose your job? And what's going to happen when that occurs? What's going to happen if you happen to lose your job? Bills are still going to continue to be due. Mortgages, leases, insurance, food bill, all of that stuff is continuing to come in. But if you don't have an exit plan, or you're not prioritizing, which is to buy you some land or buy you a piece of property where you don't have a mortgage, then you're always going to be stressed out. You're always going to be trying to figure it out. There's no figuring it out right here. We've already figured it out. We know that the number one thing that we need outside of our air is water, and then some food. And then we could throw shelter on top of that. But even without the shelter, we need to have some fresh air, water, food. And we have all of that right here. So there's no need for a side hustle. There's no need for a job. There's no need to be worried about layoffs. There's no need to be stressing. But there's a need to create and cultivate the land, to create the food that we need. That's what there's a need. That's what we should be doing. We should be putting seeds back into the earth for our own fruit trees, our own vegetables. You don't have to worry about getting laid off. You don't have to worry about none of that. But, you know, a lot of us would rather be dependent on a third party, a job, the government, subsidies, disability, instead of taking the initiative, going to the county, getting you a piece of land, or going the conventional route, Realtor.com, Zillow, Trulia, whatever you decide to do. But the land is where you go. When you're looking for total freedom, you have to go back to the soil. You have to go back to the land. There's nowhere else to go. If you want freedom, when there's wars going on, what are they fighting over? Resources. The resources, the minerals, coming from what? The land. For you not to grab a piece of land is insane to me. But the thing is, a lot of us always like to wait until the last minute. I'm guilty. Not in this case, not this time. A lot of us like to wait until the last minute to get things done. And then when the last minute comes, then we're working double time, overtime, we're making mistakes, frustrated. It's too late. When we can be getting ahead of this right now, getting your seeds planted. Because as you can see, I'm not just talking about getting a farm. I'm not just talking about going to the county. I've done the county thing. I bought this one conventionally in another country. We're getting ready to grow the garden that we want. That's this side over here, as well as this side over here. That's what it's about, man. We are not going to be caught lacking. Never. I won't say never. We are not going to be caught lacking. And with AI taking over, with the job losses that's coming, all the major distractions that's going on to get you to look over here so you don't even see till it's too late. Well, what is it going to be too late for? I don't know. When COVID came, we wasn't prepared, right? It was too late. Lockdown, you can't get on this, you can't do that, you can't, You got to get a mask, you got to get a vaccine to go here, you got to go. No, that's too much for me. That's way too much for me. Maybe some of y'all like to be told what to do. I can't stand being told what to do. I don't care who it's coming from. Authority figures, I can't stand them for whatever reason. So I'm here where nobody could tell me what to do. Only thing that could tell me what to do is nature. Oh, it's raining too much right now, you can't plant. Or it's too sunny outside, wait till it go down and you can do. Nature's the only thing that could tell me what to do. Hurricane season, fall back. Right. So I'm not worried about the layoffs. I'm not worried about people being fired. AI taking over, robots, self-driving cars, not being able to take care of self. I'm not worried about that. That's like the least of my worries. I'm stocked up on the seeds. I'm continuing to buy. I could create my own seeds from the produce that I'm growing and the fruit trees. It's just so crazy. You get one soursop, you got over 50 to 100 seeds. Now you might not be able to grow 50 to 100 trees, but even if you get 3 to 4 out of that, that's still an incredible thing because now you get a tree that can produce hundreds and thousands of soursop. So, you know, we should be gardening. We should be going back to the land. We should be growing fruit trees. We should be getting off the grid. We shouldn't be worried about the layoffs. We shouldn't be worried about trying to get a side job. We shouldn't be worrying about a side hustle. Everybody's not gonna make it, I get it. I'm talking to the ones that's listening and the ones that can catch it. I put on there today about a 9,000, was it yesterday? I put on a video about a $9,000 tiny cabin. A $9,000 tiny cabin. I mean, you put that on a piece of land, you don't even have no more bills no more. Now you got taxes. I should say you don't have no bills no more, but you've alleviated a major bill, which is your lease and your mortgage. That accounts for a big part of your expenses every month, most of us. So to be able to get rid of that expense is a major headache lifted, major burden lifted. Now your energy can go into other things like building a constructive life, something of value. Now my energy can go into putting a garden down, planting hundreds of fruit trees, working on my hobbies, studying, reading, working out, exercising, eating the best foods, eating uncompromised foods, which is what we're getting ready to get into. That's another video I'm coming up with. I'm getting ready to get back into my working out, eating really healthy, continuing on with these videos. They're not gonna stop. They have to keep coming. That's just what we wanna keep giving out the information. We wanna keep showing you what's going on. You know what I mean? Why not? We can inspire you to get up off your ass and get something going on for your life so you can get some land out here. I come on here every day with this message, this marketing, this advertising. McDonald's hit you with the same burger that's killing you. They hit you with the same French fry that's killing you, chicken nuggets, Whopper. They hitting you with the same message every day, in and day out. Cancer, diabetes, it's what this food is causing us, and they market to us with billions and billions of dollars behind that product. So I'm gonna come to you every day with no money behind my product, and I'm not making no money off of what I'm soliciting to you. I'm not making no money off of you going out to the land and buying no land. That's not no money coming in my pocket. I'm not making no money in you forming a garden, forming some fruit trees, not having a mortgage. That money's not coming to me. So I can come on here every day and market to you the same way McDonald's does, with less of a budget. And either you're gonna tune in or you're gonna tune out. Either you're gonna go get some land or you're gonna be a slave and always be paying for somebody else's land. All you gotta pay taxes, you'll never own it anyway. Well, guess what? You could continue to think like that and never have nothing. You really wanna get deep into what you got going on? Maybe you can get out of your taxes. I don't know nothing about that. All I know is what you can do is to get your land, you can go to the county, tax deeds, tax liens, and make it come up. Do your research, make sure you're not buying any properties with no liens, and make a living. But at the end of the day, the choice is up to you. Nobody's holding you back. You're the only one that's in control of your life. Nobody can make you do anything. Only thing I could do is inspire. Only thing I could do is come on here every day with this consistent message, to be positive, to give you good energy, to show you that if I did it, it's a possibility that you can do it, as long as you stay focused, because nobody can beat someone that's focused on getting to where they want to get to. Nobody, unless they just as equally focused with other people to get you from where you got to get. But beyond that, if you want to get somewhere, there's nobody that can stop you. So who cares about if there's a lot of layoffs? Who cares if you don't need no side hustles or none of that. You know why? Because everything is from the land. God provided it. We want to turn to the Bible for everything. But when it comes to the fruits and the food is for the healing of the nation, the herbs are for the healing of the nation, we turn a blind eye to it. But anyhow, I'll let y'all go, man. This is See Thy Wealth, water your health. Drink a glass of water.